the last 18 months, I've successfully managed to avoid getting COVID. This morning, I did a lateral flow test. 2 little lines confirm I'm now positive for COVID-19. So this is going to be my home for the next 10 days whilst I self-isolate. This is my home studio. I have access to a bathroom, I have my laptop for entertainment, and I have a camera to document the experience. I can't say that I'm really looking forward to self-isolation, but life is going to be much slower over the coming 10 days. And in some ways that's no bad thing. Just for reference, I am 42 years old. I've had 2 COVID vaccinations back in the summer, so that was about 3.5 months ago, and I generally consider myself to be pretty fit. However, a few years ago I did have pneumonia, and I've been worried about how COVID might affect me, so we will see. Right now the time is 11:45 in the morning. I have a temperature of just over 38 degrees, and I'm going to sleep. Day 2. This has not been much fun so far, to be honest. Struggling to bring my temperature down, can't watch any screens, so I can't watch movies, and to be honest, that was the one thing that I was really looking forward to. Paracetamol is my best friend right now, and caffeine. Quite frankly, my Diet Coke habit has gone through the roof recently. I do feel like a bit of a drug addict, lying on this discarded mattress on the floor, washing down my drugs with Diet Coke. Ow! My go-to food when I'm ill is Weetabix with custard, and this stems from being a child. Hot, 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 hot. 38.2. Just can't seem to get my temperature down. Lost all sense of taste and smell. Can't taste a single thing. It's like eating cardboard. Doesn't mean that stop drinking caffeine because can't taste it. So I'm being slightly more healthy by drinking lots of water. It's very weird. Still gonna be this chocolate. It's the worst Kit Kat I've ever eaten. My temperature has fluctuated between about 37.5 to 38.3. So it's kind of like a low fever. Been pretty consistent in the last few days. I have started watching movies now, thank God, because I was getting incredibly bored. I would have thought this is the perfect opportunity for me to catch up on some classic movies, such as The Irishman, which is 3.5 hours long. But to be honest, I'm struggling to stay awake, so I'm watching much shorter movies and getting 2 hours sleep instead. Quite curious to know whether I'm still testing positive for COVID, so gotta go do another test. So it looks like that test is negative, which is a really good sign. Shows I'm getting better, but I do still have the lingering effects from the virus. I'm still very, very tired. Can't taste anything, can't smell anything. But crucially, I'm not testing positive. So that is a step in the right direction. I'm fairly sure that I caught this virus from my eldest son, Jack. He's 6, because I can't think of where else I might have got it from, and he's testing positive. So like me, he's isolating through there, but my younger son Tom, who's 5, and my wife Kirsty are both testing negative. I've absolutely no idea how they've managed to avoid getting the virus, but they have, and so that's really positive. It does make it difficult because we have to isolate from them. Jack and I just have to steer clear, but I'm desperately trying to make sure that Kirsty and Tom don't catch the virus, because if they do, they have to start isolating from the point in which they catch it. Fingers crossed. I feel no better on day 8 than I did on day 3. That is the stock reality, and it sucks. So I'm sat here trying to send some emails for the first time in a few days, and I don't know if you can tell, but I am absolutely dripping in sweat. This is absolutely disgusting. Today is my final day of isolation, so I'm testing negative for the virus, and I should be able to go about my normal activities from tomorrow, but I am not right. My body is still very much suffering. It's actually been a couple of weeks now since I had COVID, and my experience of catching the virus was in the days before the word Omicron had been incessantly hammered into my head. So I'm guessing that I caught the Delta variant of the virus. The times when I was able to film were when I was feeling at my best, but for the majority of the time, I felt really unwell. In fact, I was pretty much unwell for a full 2 weeks, and it took me another 2 weeks to kind of properly shake off the lingering effects of the virus. 36 hours or so after testing positive, I went downstairs in the middle of the night to fetch a glass of water, and on the way back upstairs, I became really quite scared of my breathing. I'm trying to go to sleep now. It's 1:45 in the morning. This is quite scary when I can't catch my breath. It's really not nice. I'm really grateful to the NHS for the 2 doses of the vaccine that I had before catching the virus, and I do dread to think how ill I may have been had I not had this. I really don't know what the long-term solution is for the pandemic, and I do appreciate that there is a need at this point, nearly 2 years in, to get on with life. But having had the virus, I know that it's not something that I ever wish to go through again. Really what I'm most scared of is the people who I love who are older than me and the implications of them catching the virus. Thank you very much for watching. This was a very unusual video for me to make. I'm a filmmaker based in Edinburgh, and I make films about my own experiences with the aim of positively impacting other people. I'll see you in the next video.